overpopulation. I must have misunderstood something in this story. There must be a misprint in this paper. Hats off, it says here. The final war is over again. Here they come again, parading by the cafe terrace. I stand on my chair to see. I still can't see the brave, burned hero's face. I stand on the table, waving my only hat with a hole in it. I throw the hole away into the street after the black limousine. I don't throw my newspaper. I sit down with my paper, which has the explanation of everything, except there's a hole in it, something missing in the story where the hole is, or I must have misunderstood something. The nations have decided, it says here, to abolish themselves at last. It's been decided at the highest level and at the lowest level to return to a primitive society. For science has conquered nature, but nature must not be conquered. So science must be abolished, and machines must go after all their turning and turning. The automobile is a passing thing. After all, the horse is here to stay. Population has reached its limit. There's standing room only, nowhere to lie down anymore. Medical science must be abolished so people can die when they're supposed to. There's still room under the surface. I keep hoping I have misunderstood something in this story. People still lose and find themselves in bed, and animals still aren't as cruel as people because they can't talk. But we weren't designed to live forever and ever, and design is everything. The little enzyme they've discovered that prevents aging and causes conception must be lost in the body again. All must be begun over in a new pastoral era. There have been too many advances. Life can't bear it any longer. Life is not a drug made from mushrooms eaten by Samoyeds in Siberia, which fully retain their intoxicating properties when transmitted in urine, so that an endless line of men may get drunk over and over on the same mushroom. A chain reaction of avid statues with mouths at penises. I must have misunderstood something in this story. Life is intoxicating, but can't go on and on, putting on more and more complicated clothes, hats, girdles, garter belts, uplift bras, lifting higher and higher, until they fly away, and breasts fall after all. We've got to get naked again, it says here, though fornication is still illegal in certain states. I must have misunderstood something in this story. The world's no Playmobil, and there must be an end to all this rotation around the goofball sun. The sun, in its sick transit, barely clears the rooftops now, bumps over a mobile gas Pegasus, and sinks behind my paper with its hole, in which I keep hoping I've misunderstood something, for death is not the answer to our problem. There must be some mistake. There is. The editorials say we must do something, and we cannot do anything, for something's missing where the hole is. Sitting on the terrace of this fancy coffee house on the left side of the world, where I must have misunderstood something, as a purple blonde sweeps by and one too high tit pops out and falls in my plate. I return it to her without looking too embarrassed, which she takes as a good sign. She sits down and gives me the other, wrapped in silk. I go on reading my paper, thinking I must have misunderstood something, trying to look like it's all happened before. It has. It's a Claymobile with something missing. I look under the table and see Our legs are intertwined, our two chairs fused. Our arms are around each other. She's facing me, crouched in my lap. Her legs are around me. My white snake has entered her, speaks of love inside of her. She moans to hear it, but something's missing. Sex without love wears gay deceivers. I still have one of her breasts in my hand. The waiter comes running, picks up my fallen paper, hoping he's misunderstood something. None of us will ever die as long as this goes on. The enzyme bottle lies open on the table.